Yeah, and this Florida State team, often a program known for its offense. I mean, how about these weekend arms?
Yeah, 3 left-handers, all big-time prospect. Parker Messick, the 2021 ACC Pitcher of the Year. Him and Hubbard might both go in the first round of this year's MLB draft. That's how talented this weekend rotation is.
We told you this Wake Forest lineup has been slugging so far. Brock Wilken is the star. He is the name to know at third base and in that 3 spot for a vaunted group that's going to face 3 left-handed pitchers in this Florida State weekend rotation. And the biggest name of them all is Parker Messick, the reigning ACC Pitcher of the Year, the reigning ACC Freshman of the Year, and he has been dynamite so far, Berkey.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't ask for much more than what this young man's giving you. Coming off an All-American season, he's won 10 straight decisions, 2-0, 1.18 ERA, 33 punches, just 3 walks. You're going to see him attack the strike zone with 3 quality offerings, fastball, slider, changeup. And this is one of those guys that it's hard to figure out. Obviously, they're going to go a little right-handed, Wake Forest, but boy, he can attack the zones to both sides of the plate, and it makes it a really tough matchup for lefties and righties.
As Messick gets a visit and the infield comes together on the mound, Wilken waits. We told you he had a dream summer with the Harwich Mariners. And now he goes up against a guy he knows very well in Parker Messick. And Wilken, yeah, you saw him flash up there in good company. Younger than Carlos Pena, younger than Joey Cora to be the MVP in the Cape Cod Baseball League. And now in a big spot here with nobody out and 2 on in the first. Bennett at second, Turconi at first. Messick deals. Strike 1.
It's interesting when you watch Wilken go about his business. For a 6'4", really tall, big man, you see how vertical he starts. And so if you're going to start that upright, you have to make a move to bring yourself closer to the strike zone. So watch how much he lowers his center of gravity as he strides and gets ready to hit. Watch him drive into the ground. And that can create some movement. The head obviously going kind of north and south, but boy, he's gotten it done at a very high clip. And you look at those 2 names he's next to on the youngest Cape Cod MVPs list. Those 2 men, Pena and Cora, played a long time in the big leagues.
And now Wilken in his sophomore season against a pitcher who he faced a lot in high school. They worked out together during the quarantine portion early on in COVID. But Messick's ahead, 0-2. On his 17th pitch of the inning.
Staying firm. Fastball up, got him to chase, went back to the fastball up. Wilken lays off, and it's interesting. Early on here, Messick having a hard time putting away hitters. Couple 2-strike counts and hasn't been able to retire anybody just yet.
Got Wilken swinging with a fastball. Dialed it up to 91 and a huge first out for Parker Messick.
I'm telling you, it's not the elite velo that you're used to seeing, but look at this thing. I mean, most people would say that's a miss, right, Mikey? I mean, that's a fastball belt high, but it's just one of those fastballs that's got a little something extra to it, that at 91 miles an hour, he can consistently get swings and misses.
So 1 down, and the 2 still aboard now for the cleanup man, Adam Ciceri, 3rd-year sophomore left fielder with an OPS above 1,100 and 4 home runs. And he's swinging through a fastball. Jimmy Bellinger is the Florida State pitching coach, and he likes to say about Parker Messick that his best trait is his competitiveness. He just wills himself to do things on the bump.
One thing that you can notice about so many of the best pitchers that pitch with, let's say, less than what we would call dominant stuff, at least by the metrics, is there's a conviction to the way that they deliver the ball that it's hard to describe, but he just doesn't think he's going to be hit. Usually works out pretty good for him.
He's in another 2-strike count here, left on left against Cecere. Got the bulk of his strikeouts last year between his fastball and his changeup. His 1-2. Stuck with the hard stuff away.
And I think we're getting a pretty good feel, Mike, for where he's at with his stuff right now, right? Like, it doesn't feel like he loves his breaking ball yet in this ball game. The fact that we keep seeing fastball after fastball after fastball, that, again, the one of the trademarks of a great starting pitcher is it's not just one pitch. And if it doesn't go well, they're in trouble. He's got a number of different offerings that he believes in depending on the day and how he feels. Ooh.
Colton Vincent couldn't hang on to it.
Another fastball. Fastball, again, just kind of right there at the belt and just tips off the glove. You see Vincent frustrated that he wasn't able to put that one away. But to this point, Cecere has not been able to catch up with the heater.
2 aboard, 1 out, first inning, no score in the ACC opener. And another 1-2. This one is lofted foul.
There's a breaking ball coming, Mike. It's coming somewhere. And you can tell Cecere's got the same kind of mentality, like, man, at some point this guy's going to try to get me to chase, and you just got to believe it's coming right here. Don't be surprised if this one isn't a bouncing breaking ball in the right-hander batter's box.
And Cecere goes down around that location to get to it and stay alive.
25 pitches, 1 out. And, you know, who knows how this inning's going to end, but to this point, it has been a rousing success for the Demon Deacons, the fact that they have worked Messick this hard right out of the gate.
The leadoff double, walk, strikeout, and now pitch number 26 is strike 3 called.
Boy, it looked like the sharp slider, didn't it? Very similar to the pitch Turconi took on a full count that went his way. This time David Savage sees it Parker Messick's way. A big second out.
You see the defense behind Messick. He works with his battery mate Colton Vincent, who's known for his defense and has the total trust of the pitching staff.
Let's make the 9-hole hitter earn it.
As Chris Katz stands in. It was the first walk of the season for Colton Vincent. From his perspective and from Mike Martin Jr.'s side of things, no better time for it to get Florida State out to this 1-0 lead here in the second inning of the series opener. Katz, the right-hand hitting freshman, he is in there because of the lefty arm in Messick. It's going to be Bryce Hubbard. And then Ross Dunn, the next couple of games of this series for the Noles. One and two.
You know, going back to Walter, this is going to be a fascinating year following the Demon Deacons. Obviously got off to a fantastic start here at 12-1 after a really disappointing 2021 campaign. But I really like what he's got going here with the lineup, the youth.
Katz pops this one up into the seats.
And, you know, we're not going to get to call the game tomorrow, but he's got, you know, one of, if not the most talented freshman pitcher in the country on his staff, and Josh Hartle, who will pitch tomorrow. And so you look at the lineup, there's some veteran guys there, but there's plenty of youth. And on the mound, you got Lauder and Hartle going 1 and 2. And so, you know, you got to like what the direction of where the program is headed here if you're a Wake Forest fan.
I mean, there is so much high-end talent and potential in the pitching staff as Messick strikes out Katz for the second out here in the second on the third K for Parker Messick.
Now we're starting to get the changeup going a little bit, right? We talked about the slider and curveball, but you said it last year. He really leaned on that changeup, and that one just diving down and away from the right-handed hitting Cats. But yeah, man, there's some real guys on this Wake Forest roster. Obviously, Wilkin and Hartle at the top of that list. And you're talking about, you got the Cape Cod MVP, and you got one of, if not the most sought-after freshman pitchers in the country on your roster. That's a good start.
A big-time arm, too, in Teddy McGraw, who have been slotting in on Sundays. Well-stocked roster here for the Deeks. 2 outs for the 8-hitter, Jake Reinisch, the DH, and he's down 0-2 against an economical Parker Messick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if he makes quick work of Reinisch here, he's right back on schedule from a pitch count standpoint after really laboring early in the first.
0-2. On appeal down to third, and Ryan Clark says that Reinisch didn't offer at it.
Good late take right there. You got to be able to put on the brakes. Watch him put on the brakes just in time. Well done. Well done. Sometimes you got to make those late decisions, and the strength of Reinisch there to keep the barrel back.
Now the 1-2. Oh, curls in a beauty. A dandy of a breaking ball from Parker Messick. Back-to-back punchies to end a 1-2-3. Bottom of the second at the count. And a birthday shout out to our producer as well, Everett Hutto, celebrating a birthday. So you guys, you got to get your dinner reservations. Make sure that you're good to go for that later tonight. Danny Corona leads off for Wake Forest. 9-1-2 for the Deeks against Parker Messick, who settled in very nicely long ago in the bottom of the second after a rocky first.
Always nice to have Parker Messick on the bump when you got dinner reservations. You know what I mean?
Yes. Bulldog out there pounding the zone. 1-1 on Corona. Danny Corona, freshman from Brooklyn, got drafted last summer by the Pirates in the 16th round. And Tom Walter thought they were going to lose him to the draft. They view him as the shortstop of the future when Michael Turconi moves on. And Tom Walter says that Corona just looks like a pro, and he carries himself like a pro.
Yes, he does. I mean, you talk about a big, athletic, left-handed hitting shortstop. There's a lot to like here, and on the all-eye-black team. So he's got that going for him. We got the all-hair team out of the way. We got the all-eye-black team. So we got some swaggy dudes out here today, Mikey.
Where did you land on eye black?
I couldn't go eye black. It would end up all over my uniform, and you know, I couldn't keep from wiping it all over my face.
Messick punches out Corona. 3 straight strikeouts for Parker Messick, and he's up to 5 in total now.
So as rocky as it started, how about 5 punchies through the first 9 hitters for the reigning ACC pitcher of the year? And boy, it looked like the Demon Deacons had a fantastic plan to start the game, but man, Messick looks like he has settled in.
So you were saying,
nicely.
Berkey, interesting spot here. These few hitters against Messick.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how easy he worked the back half of this order. It just kind of feels, if the first time through is any indication, just kind of feels like if they're going to get it done, it's going to be with these first few guys.
Well, you'll take strikes like that if you're Parker Messick, getting ahead 0-2 on Turconi, who waged that lengthy plate appearance his first time.
Right now, can he put him away? Where does he go to put him away?
0-2. Elevates and strikes out Turconi with a fastball, and now a half dozen punch outs for Parker Messick.
So it just gives you an indication of where his stuff is relative to where it was early in the ball game. 90 miles an hour, again, just above the belt. It's incredible how effective he is when he elevates the fastball. And Turconi, who put together an incredible AB his first time through, is out on 3 pitches just to let you know exactly how sharp Parker Messick is feeling here at this point in the ball game.
And now you start out with a swinging strike one against Brock Wilkin, who struck out swinging on a fastball his first time, and the shadows that have crept out in front of home plate.
Yeah, Messick's tough enough. He doesn't need any help, but this will definitely be to his advantage. A little tougher to see the seams of the baseball when it's changing colors on you.
Wilkin, the preseason third-team All-American, according to the fine folks at D1 Baseball. Getting his second look at a guy he knows well. He had a couple of deep flyouts against him last year. Takes down and away.
Remember, I don't know if is Milwaukee's place still called Miller Park?
It is. It might not be, actually. It might be Great.
Anyway, Milwaukee. Okay, Milwaukee, where Ben Sheets used to dominate us in the NL Central. It used to play him on a Sunday afternoon. And if it was a bright sunny day on a Sunday afternoon and they were running Ben Sheets out there, you're going to try to get 3 swings off and hope one of them hits your bat. I mean, it was no fair. 98 with that yacker and just good luck.
3-1 is a strike, and now it's a full count. American Family Fields.
There you go.
So we're not getting any free insurance for not remembering that.
I knew you'd find it. It's been a while. So Miller Park was what it used to be known as.
With the shadows here in Winston-Salem, a 3-2 fouled back by Wilkin.
Messick has really leaned on that changeup here in the early part of this at bat, but challenged him with a heater right there. Just love the conviction with which he throws the baseball. It might only be 90-91, but he throws it like it's 98.
Payoff again. Fouled back by Wilkin.
This is the kind of guy, Mike, that coaches use the rest of their career. Like Jimmy Bellinger, the rest of his career will be like, I coached this guy, Parker Messick, and he threw 90. And it didn't matter if it was Brock Wilkin or Jimmy Johnson. He would challenge with his fastball. And some kid's going to be like, well, I'm scared to throw my 90-mile-an-hour fastball over the plate. But for whatever reason, Parker Messick just has that belief.
And he gasses Wilkin for a punch out to end the third. This guy is some kind of competitor. Parker Messick struts off after fanning Wilkin. Conference play getting going this weekend around the ACC, including here in Winston-Salem. And you can't really argue it. It's been a good start to the season for the ACC as a group. He was so sure-handed that his teammates got a joke that when they hit it on the ground toward him, they just start yelling "wrong guy" because he is so steady over there at second.
Well, that's the kind of play that can really get an offense going, right? Because as Messick seemingly has put it into cruise control after the first 2 hitters of the game, a leadoff error just has a way of energizing the other team.
Brendan Tinsman takes a strike. Tinsman homered and drove in 3 on Wednesday in a midweek win over George Mason. Messick sails one. Second time through this Wake Forest lineup. Started with Cesiri, the cleanup man. Messick comes home. That's outside with a curveball.
We haven't seen a ton of those, have we? That was the big breaker that he tried to run to the back edge of the plate. And something tells me that's just setting up another heater right here, Mikey. I think he's going to go back to that fastball and he's going to shove it in there.
2-2. It's a fastball, and it's strikeout number 8 for Parker Messick. And that is the verb of choice for the left-hander.
Shove it in there, lefty. I mean, you talk about a paint piece. Just right under the hands of Brendan Tinsman, and following that big backdoor breaking ball, that is just a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
And he's got a lefty here in Nick Kurtz. Rolled out to second his first time and gets a fastball for strike one. Kurt's been an impressive rookie so far. He's out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Tom Walter said he's already picked like 10 balls over there, saving runs for a defense that had to improve from last season.
Boy, there's nothing like it for a middle infielder, especially a left side of the infield, than to have a big, tall first baseman where you feel like all you got to do is get it close.
6'5", 230. Swings through it, and it's 1-2. They like his approach, too. Think about what he can do offensively. He's got a good stroke to the opposite field. 1 on, 1 out, fourth inning, 1-2. And Messick keeps pouring it on. He has struck out 4 of the last 5 that he's faced, and 9 Ks for Parker Messick.
9 Ks in the bottom of the fourth. And, boy, I don't know if it's the shadows or just Nick Kurtz getting used to seeing a big-time left-handed arm, but he was not picking up the spin on that slider. Missed those last couple breaking balls by about a foot as Messick looks to get off the field here in the fourth with 2 down.
Parker Messick, the reigning ACC Pitcher of the Year, the preseason ACC Pitcher of the Year, according to D1 Baseball, looking every bit the part. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs. 9 of his 12 outs are strikeouts against this vaunted Wake Forest lineup.
And what's he been doing, Mikey?
Fastballs.
He's been shoving it. He has been shoving. Come on, I teed you up for that. He has been shoving it in there with that heater. And you look at the way it started and then the way it's going. It's like one of those Twitter pics, right? How it started, how it's going. That's a good graphic right there.
Oh, E1, Monaco. Throw it around, boys.
Threw you an alley-oop. I thought for sure you were going to dunk that one.
Totally. No vertical. Halfway through at the couch. Chris Burke, Mike Monaco, our whole crew with you. 8, 9, and 1. And a good land strike with the breaking ball for Messick to begin against Jake Reinisch, the DH, who struck out looking on a breaking ball his first time. 0-2. Reinisch, a guy who has stepped into a much bigger role as a sophomore. He's from the Albany, New York area. Bounced in.
At this point, if you're Tom Walter and the Demon Deacons, you're looking for something, right? Somebody barrel ball up. Let's see if we can't get a little momentum. They gave you a leadoff error to start last inning, and they weren't able to do anything with that one. Oof.
And Messick keeps shoving. 10 Ks now for the lefty.
Ooh, and we're just getting started here in the fifth. 10 punchies already.
And the batter is Brock Wilkin, the preseason All-American, facing Messick for the 3rd time today. First pitch swinging.
This is where you got to make your money right here. Star on star, good on good, great on great, really. And you got the tying run 90 feet away. Messick continues to want to start these ABs with that changeup away. And for the most part, it's been changeup away and fastball up to Wilkin in this ball game. See if Wilkin can make an adjustment.
0-2. Both times it's been swinging strikeouts from Wilkin on fastballs from Messick. Wilkin riding a 1 for 12. Up with 2 aboard. 0-2. Didn't chase.
That one just wasn't close enough, but it looked like changeup slider or maybe a changeup that he just kind of yanked on the second pitch, but slow, fast as he elevates there. Don't be surprised if he doesn't go back to that soft changeup down and away here.
And Wilkin resists on the off speed, and now it's 2-2.
Maybe the slider, something obviously down, trying to get that chase. And the question is, has Wilkin learned enough about not chasing that elevated fastball here to cash in for the Demon Deacons?
2-2. Struck him out. Messick has fed Wilkin for a third time, and it's an all-important second out.
It looked like another changeup. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, he just turns that thing over. Wilkin swings right over the top of it. And great on great, Parker Messick has punched out Brock Wilkin 3 times in this ball game.